I'm pretty excited to announce that for Visual Assists we have integrated the 3 new refactorings, 3 new features, being them introduce variable, create from usage, and extract methods. Plus, we have done some significant quality and stability improvements around the code navigation and code completion. All of this that you'll be able to experience in RAD Studio 12.2. And to showcase these 3 new refactorings, let's jump into RAD Studio itself and have a demonstration live on how those work. So for this demo, I will be showcasing a pretty simple application that what it does is you input your gross salary and you select your country and it calculates your net amount that you should receive. Just a disclaimer for this demo, every country applies the same flat rate as taxes for simplicity. And as a lot of you know, every time that we are doing codes, not always we do the cleanest of codes, especially when we are doing things for the first time and we are in that flow where we are thinking on what we want to do. And this application was no different. So, for example, here in the calculate net salary event, that is what is run when I click in the calculate salary button. What we are doing here in the first section is to see if any of the boxes, of the edit boxes or the combo box is empty, and this is a validation. So when I look into this method, this is not the most fundamental part of the methods, but is what takes more space and mental space when I look into it. So a good thing for us to do is to extract it to a method for better clarity and readability of these methods. And with VA now we can do this very simple. What we need to do is just to select the entire part that we want to extract. We right click on it, we go to the refactor menu and we click extract methods. In here, Visual Assist presents us with this pop-up that has a few options. First one is to choose the method name, and in this case I'll choose run validations. And then we have a few other options. First is I can choose to not select either of the boxes, and if I click OK, what VA will do is extract this method directly into the header file, the declaration and the source code implementation, but is not what we want in this case. The section option is extract as a free function, and if I select this option, what VA will do is create a function that is not tied to any scope. And the last one, extract to source, is it will extract the function, making the declaration in the header file, and then on the source file the implementation. That is exactly what I want. So let's go and see what happens. I clicked OK, and as you saw, VA created the method for me here in the source file, and on the original methods it changed the lines by calling the function itself. And now if we look into the header file, we will see that it also created the declaration in the header file, just as we expected. And if we run our code, everything will work as expected. The second part that we can showcase is, for example, in this show message, we notice that we have this line here. This line is calculating the net salary. However, just for reading it is very difficult to understand, and it will be easier if we have a named variable for it. So let's go ahead and do it. Refactor, introduce variable, and I'll call it net salary. And now VA created the variable for me in the innermost scope. That is exactly what I wanted. And once again, if you look at the method, now it's much easier to read. So it will run some validations, it will then calculate the net salary, and then it will show the net salary as a pop-up message. And if we run the code, we will see that everything works as expected. And now the last but not least, we will look into create from usage. So let's say that every country now decided to apply a flat rate of taxes, and we want to add it to our calculator. We can go here, we add a new flat rate, but as you might have noticed, this flat rate is not declared anywhere. So if we try to compile, it will fail. However, VA is very clever and can do something for you. So you can right click on an undefined symbol, you go refactor, create from usage, and you can choose to create a new, in this case, variable for an undefined symbol. And for this case, what I will want is to create a global variable. I will make it a const and click OK. And what happened was VA indeed created a variable for me that I will now define to, let's say, more 10%, and instead of int, I actually want it to double. And if we press run, everything works as expected. So let's say 100K, country United States, calculate net salary, and here you go.